culture. My name is Katie, and I'm a yoga instructor that focuses on emotional well-being as well as physical well-being through yoga and meditation. And today, I am going to guide you through a flow to open up our hearts. We want to open up our hearts to let the gratitude in and to let our light shine and to let our compassion flow. Sometimes we create blocks and we shield our heart and we stop that flow. And just like in nature, our body has a flow. And when we stop the flow, it creates blocks. And we want everything in our body to flow freely. So focusing on our heart area is going to help us create some energy to go out to the world with compassion, with light, with love. So much of that is needed right now in the world. And it's going to help us receive the same too, because we need to be receiving the love and the compassion and the gratitude as well. So through this flow, we're going to be focusing on our heart area. And our heart is where the feelings of love and gratitude are. So when we open that up, everything just flows more freely. By opening that up, I mean, we're just gonna go through some movements to focusing on this area that just creates a little bit more flexibility and a little more fluidity in that area. So a simple thing to do is to focus on our breath work. That is so simple to do. So you could just sit in a comfortable seat. If you're uncomfortable sitting in a position with your legs crossed, sit in any position that feels good. You can sit on a block or put a blanket underneath. Make it your own. Yoga is all about your own practice. There are some guidelines on alignment, but other than that, it is your own. If sitting on a floor is altogether uncomfortable, sit in a chair. So let's begin. Let's bring our right palm over our heart and bring our left one right on top of it. Gently close your eyes and just breathe. Just your natural breathing. Sometimes our breath is just shallow, and it is right there in our chest. We're gonna move it around, adding that more movement and that more deeper breath work into our body. And maybe as you're sitting down, listening to your own body, maybe you hear your heartbeat very gently, very, very quietly. Maybe you don't, no judgment here. Just breathing here. And let's begin to deepen our breath. So on an inhale, we're gonna send the breath all the way to our belly and feel our belly expand. Exhale, press the belly button to the spine and reverse. Inhale and exhale. It doesn't have to go all the way to the bottom of the belly. The belly doesn't have to expand all the way. This is just suggestions and the direction we're moving in. Maybe we don't get there today, but we will eventually. So this is a great place as you're sitting quietly and breathing to maybe set an intention for your practice. I give love freely. I receive love freely. I give and receive whatever feels right for you. It's also really, really important to not take on too much onto us. We can be compassionate without absorbing and making it our own. We can be compassionate by just listening. We can be compassionate by just sitting next to somebody. Not right now, but maybe it's through the technology that we have. Just even sitting quietly. You don't have to have the perfect words. Your intention to be compassionate is enough. So setting an intention here, if you choose to do that, we're gonna inhale and we're gonna open our hands forward and then out to the sides. Just really, really big. Remember, we're working on that heart area. So we're gonna inhale, open them up, And exhale, bring them forward. Just bringing a little bit of movement into that heart, into that chest area. Also focusing on our lungs because we're breathing, and also that's where they are, in our chest. Last one, inhale wide and exhale, bring them together. So anytime you want to practice gratitude in your yoga practice, bringing your palms together and just bringing them into your heart is a natural gratitude pose. If you'd like, you can bow down. You can bring your thumbs to your forehead and just bow down in gratitude this way. And just mentioning to yourself, what are you grateful for? Just naming 3 things, filling your heart with gratitude, feeling that warmth that comes over, the smile comes over your face when we do that. And then we're gonna do a few more poses. We're not gonna do a complete flow, but you can incorporate this into your yoga practice or just do this flow here. We're gonna come on all 4. So tabletop position. Hands are planted down, wrists directly underneath our shoulders, knees directly underneath our hips. And we're gonna take a few cat-cows. So cow is when we drop the belly and lift the gaze. And the cat is when we tuck that tailbone in and separate our shoulder blades. That's an angry cat. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. You feel the chest opening. So the chest area is opening here. And exhale, belly button to the spine. And 3 more with your own breath. Focus on that heart area. Feel it soften just a little bit. 2 more with your own breath, moving with your own breath, linking breath and movement. That's what yoga is about. And after your last one, we're gonna stop. We're gonna take a puppy pose. So in a puppy pose, our hips and our knees are gonna stay exactly where they are. And only our hands are gonna start walking out in front of us, a little wider than our mat. So going towards the corners of our mat. And maybe you stop here, or maybe you come all the way down and your chest comes to your mat and the forehead can rest on your mat. So wherever you are, maybe you can only come to the forearms. This is the only place you feel like you can come right now with your body flexibility. So hang out here. If you're a little deeper, go there. So in a puppy pose, just feeling that heart, the shoulders opening, the heart opening up. And let's slowly begin to walk our hands back up. Beautiful. The toes are going to be touching. We're going to sit back in a child's pose. So you can keep your knees together and sit in your child's pose this way. Or you can bring your knees as wide as the mat and then sit back and lower your forehead to the ground. So remember how I mentioned bringing the palms coming together is a great way to practice gratitude. So right here in your child's pose, you can do that. So just sitting down in your child's pose and breathing, coming back to your breath, noticing how different this breath is than when you started. Nice inhales and exhales, sending out gratitude, and then slowly come back to seated. Beautiful. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. We're gonna stand on our knees. If this is too much for your knees, you can always roll up blanket or your mat to pad your knees. We're gonna tuck our toes. We're gonna bring our hands with our palms towards our kind of adrenal kidney area. So lower back, the fingertips are facing down, and we're just gonna gently lean into this camel pose. Take your gaze up, opening the chest. So the hips are reaching forward. We're not sitting back with the hips. It's just the chest coming forward. So imagine somebody pulling you forward by the imaginary string. Your hands can stay on your lower back, or if you're really into this back bend, you can touch your heels, but we're just gently opening up the heart here. And then on an exhale, let's sit down slowly. Take a few breaths here, keeping our shoulders nice and back, opening up that chest area, focusing on that beautiful gratitude, compassion, love just flowing out of us and around us. Beautiful. We're gonna come back up on our knees and we're gonna bring our right foot forward, about 90-degree bend in a front leg. The back leg stays on the knee. And we're gonna bring our hands overhead. You can bring your palms to touch if you'd like. If not, just gently opening up the chest and reaching up to the sky and maybe then a little bit back to open up that chest. Alternatively, you can grab your palms, opposite hands, and just reach it back this way. Open up that heart. Shoulders are opening up. Gaze comes up. And exhale back out of it. Beautiful. Bring that knee down. Let's switch it over and take it over to the other side. So gently lean forward into that bent leg. Pelvis is coming towards the mat. And our hands are gonna swipe up and overhead, keeping them there and reaching a little bit back, opening that heart. Or if you'd like, if you prefer the clasped arms in the back, you can do that too. Just opening up, maybe coming to your intention here, whatever it was, to give and receive love, compassion, and gratitude, and back out of it gently, and come back onto that knee. Let's sit back in that child's pose. So just for a few breaths, we're gonna come back in our child's pose, full of gratitude, grateful for the earth that supports us in everything we do. And then gently come up onto your hands and pull yourself into a laying position. So all of the back bends that we do, so any back bend such as locust pose or bow are going to be heart opening. So we're going to be doing them. They're also very energizing for our, because they are working with our spine. So much energy comes out of it. So back bends sometimes are not perfect to practice before bed just because they can give us that surge of energy. So maybe this is more of a morning practice for you or afternoon. Let's come hang out in Sphinx pose for a little. So our forearms come and make a 90-degree angle like so, and our chest is nice and open. And just looking forward in this beautiful, gentle heart opener, feeling our sternum opening up, feeling our rib cage just getting a little bit wider. Maybe the breath is a little bit deeper because we found this newfound space in our chest to fill with love, to fill with joy, compassion. And then let's inhale and come to lay down. We're gonna come to lay on our chin. And on an inhale, we're gonna gently bring our chin and our shoulders off the mat and maybe our legs lift just a little, our toes. And exhale, we're gonna come down. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale, the chest rise, the hands can be on the floor. And exhale, come down. And last one, inhale up. And exhale down. Beautiful. Let's bend our knees and windshield wiper our legs from side to side to reset our spine. Beautiful. And then let's pull ourselves, push ourselves up and back. Feel that new open space in our chest. We're gonna inhale and open up to the side. And exhale, bring it back. And then interlace your fingers and bring them overhead. Let's take a nice side stretch to the right. And back through center and to the left. And back through center. And then bring your hands up. Take your gaze up and exhale over. Gentle twist to the right. Chest is nice and proud and open. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale back through center. Gaze up, reach up. And then exhale, hands come down. By giving ourselves all the things that we want to give to the world, giving it to ourselves so we can give it from a place of abundance. And just gently closing our eyes, bringing our hands together and bringing them into the heart and working on that gratitude one more time. Maybe noticing any other thoughts that come up, any other people, events in your life that you're just so grateful for. And then gently coming out of it and feeling for a few more moments the effects of your practice wash over you. Just thinking of gratitude, just opening your heart for a short period of time has created a shift, has created this abundance of new ideas and new found positive energy in you. So this is a great quick practice to open the heart, to cultivate that gratitude and compassion in ourselves every day so we can take such great care of ourselves and then everyone around us. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.